Are you a beginning gardener and you're trying to figure out just exactly how many beds you should start with? Or are you more experienced and you're trying to figure out how many more beds to put in your garden? Well, there are a number of factors you should consider when trying to figure out the best size for you. Join me today as I discuss how big a garden do you really need? Hi, I'm Gardener Scott, and I have a big garden. Actually, I have a series of gardens. I have a pollinator garden. I have one section that's just fruit trees and a mini orchard. I've got fruit bushes. I've got perennial vegetables, and I have a big vegetable garden. This is big, but I have the experience, the desire, and the space for a garden like this. For most gardeners who don't have all of this, there are a lot of decisions that need to be made to determine the best size. For many gardeners, when they think about a garden, they're thinking about a vegetable garden. And if you do a search on how big a vegetable garden you need for your family, you might see recommendations of having 150 to 200 square feet of garden space for each family member to provide enough food over the course of a year. Now, this bed right here is 4 feet by 8 feet. That's 32 square feet. So per family member, if you follow that advice, you would need 5 of these beds. You would need about 800 square feet of garden space, maybe more. To give you an idea of how much space that is, this entire area, my vegetable garden, is about 1,000 square feet. That includes all of these beds, the metal beds, my concrete block beds, these wooden beds. And so within this 1,000 square feet, I have about 800 square feet that I'm actively planting in. There are a lot of backyards that aren't even this big. So if your goal is to feed your family and to have a space this big, the first thing you need to ask, do you have the room? Maybe your idea for a garden is not a vegetable garden. Maybe you just want a smaller space like this where you can sit and enjoy the good weather on a nice summer evening. I have fruit bushes, I have rose bushes, I have honeysuckle, I have ground covers. This is a much smaller space without that vegetable intent. Maybe this is something you can think about doing. Do you have space for this? Or maybe do you have a small backyard? Or maybe just a deck or a balcony? You might consider growing in pots or a green stock vertical tower or maybe a grow bag or a 5-gallon bucket. There are a lot of options that enable you to set up a garden, even in a space as small as this. Once you get hooked and you begin to love gardening, you're going to want a bigger garden. But to get back to the initial question, how big a garden do you actually need? If you're just starting out, maybe all you need is something small, a single bed, a couple grow bags, a couple of those buckets. Learning how to garden in the beginning is critical on your gardening journey. If you start big like this, it can be overwhelming. So start small. In the beginning, the only garden you need is enough to educate yourself and to make yourself happy when you go out, not to be overwhelmed by the gardening tasks. If your ultimate goal is to feed your family, then eventually you will need 800 to 1,000 square feet of growing space. But based on your experience level, don't start with that. Maybe go with 6 raised beds, in a single season. Grow some tomatoes, some peppers, maybe some potatoes and turnips. You can grow squash, you can grow herbs, you can grow salad crops. Take the time to learn how to grow the plants that you ultimately are going to be growing for food on a much smaller scale. So, intermediate gardeners might only need half a dozen raised beds to grow a lot of plants and to learn a lot about gardening. And many gardeners never move beyond a garden this size because it does provide a lot of fresh produce to eat during the growing season, and maybe because they're space limited. Another important factor that determines how big a garden you're going to grow is how much time you have to maintain the garden. Now, I like to think that each of these beds is going to take probably about 5 minutes per day. That includes the time to water the bed, to pluck some of the weeds that might appear, maybe to fresh up the mulch, and to harvest. So if you've got 6 beds, you need to anticipate that it's going to take 30 minutes a day, every day, to have a garden this size. And so, while you may want a 1,000 square foot garden to feed your family, it's going to take an hour or more per day to deal with all of the plants in all of these beds. If all the members of your family are helping, then that's great. It might be something that you're capable of doing. But if you're the only one gardening in a space like this, and take it from me because I'm the only one gardening in a space like this, it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. And the garden that you need may end up being the garden that you have enough time to maintain. And another question you need to ask yourself is, what are you planning to grow? Different plants will grow at different rates to produce different harvests. Now, on average, in these 6 garden beds, I grow 30 to 40 pounds of produce each year. Now, that's a variety of plants. Lettuce doesn't weigh very much. Melons and squash do. And in each of these beds, I can grow multiple crops over the course of an entire gardening season. So, how much food is your family going to eat, and what is it that they're eating? You could grow hundreds and hundreds of pounds of squash in a garden this size. But is your family really going to want to eat all of that squash? Think about something like carrots. How many carrots does your family eat in a given day? You could actually grow hundreds of carrots in a bed this size. So where are your priorities? Do you want to grow something like carrots that are very easy to store and freeze and you can use throughout the year? Or do you want those fresh tomatoes that you might only be eating for a few weeks, maybe a month during the growing season? Once you answer those kind of questions, then you can start looking at the plants you're going to grow, and you may realize you don't need as much as you originally thought. You only need to grow what your family's going to eat at the time they want to eat it. A consideration that isn't talked about much goes beyond what your family is going to eat and how much space you have and what experience level you have as a gardener. It's what really experienced, passionate gardeners think, like me. I need to garden. I need to be in my garden pretty much every day, even in the middle of winter on a day like today. I need to get out. I need to be working in the garden. I need to grow plants. I need to continually add more beds, add more plants, add more experiences within my garden. So I need a big garden like this just to give me those experiences and give me the opportunity to try new things in all of these beds and to create an entire space like this that's devoted to pollinators and other beneficial insects. This is really hard to quantify. You can quantify how many plants are going to produce an exact harvest. But how do you quantify the feelings you get by gardening? And the space that you want, and how much you benefit from it every time you walk through a space this big, or even a space much smaller. If you are the kind of gardener that just needs to be out to garden, then it's hard to say that there's any limit to how big your garden can be. But start small. Develop that passion. Think about adding a little bit every year, and eventually you'll find the point, like I have right now, that I really can't do much more. This takes much of my time on a daily basis. So, how much garden space do I need? Pretty much what I already have. If you want to see more about this garden and some of my gardening ideas, go ahead and watch one of these videos next. I'm Gardener Scott. Enjoy gardening.